bugging you so much? We're also gonna do sunrise channel. Yeah. Because I can only do 50 minutes, so we need small. And then, yeah, we can end the video, but then add on.
Last chance to get $50 off NFL Sunday Ticket. Add it today and watch out-of-market Sunday games live. Now on YouTube and YouTube TV.
These people are really unlucky. If you think your day's bad, just watch this video. You probably can't tell, but that case is higher than the back window. I guess in those situations there's nothing else to do but walk away as though nothing ever happened. Pizza making is a fine art, and this person clearly doesn't know how to do it right. It was never going to work, but I didn't expect it to fall down like that. This man did the clever thing and made sure his dog was tethered to the post on his porch. The dog was just too excited to be out in the snow to care, though. The broken bridge is an illusion. The broken iPad.
Let's just pause. How strong is that dog? Like Leo Scott. You have to press it. What? How strong is that dog? Leo Scott. A whole thing and support Al. I think that's impressive.
Is not. Practicing sports indoors is never a good idea. Golf is probably one of the worst choices too.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Either this person's got some serious drifting skills or the road's really slippery. If only cars could drive like that. Boats don't normally just fall out of the sky. Luckily, there's a video, or nobody would believe it. This is what it looks like when things go right, but that's not what this video's about. So this is what it looks like when things go wrong. That's why you don't see roller skating waiters very often.
Hold on. There's 3 of them. There's a bunch of them.
Or nobody would believe it. This is what it looks like when things go right, but that's not what this video's about. So this is what it looks like when things
They're in Japan.
go wrong. That's why you don't see roller skating waiters very often. We all like treats, but this girl wasn't expecting hers to be taken away like that. Better luck next time, I guess. It's generally a bad idea to show off in front of live TV cameras. Sure, it could work in your favor, but let's face it, the risks overshadow the rewards. And now, there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes mistakes just aren't your fault. This person didn't technically do anything wrong, but she still had to face the consequences. There's no good reason to try to wheel someone's brand new appliance up a drive all on their own without just waiting for their colleague to come help. It would have meant standing still for about 3 seconds. Being a waitress is stressful enough, but it's even worse when a famous person walks into the restaurant. It's best to stay calm and collected, but I can't say that's what happened here. It happens to the best of us. When you're shifting around things at home, it's good to be careful, but sometimes tiny things can turn into huge disasters. The table's only touched, but it didn't pan out that way. There are days where nothing seems to go right. This is definitely one of those days. Did he end up catching up to it? I guess we'll never know. Getting a flat tire is about...
Do we need to turn this into a try not to laugh worst luck ever?
About the worst luck you can have. But don't forget, things can always get worse.
How does that?
If you ever thought that rescue missions were there to save you, you might want to reconsider after seeing...
This was Mr. Beast's reaction to that. She's gonna flip upside down the helicopter and she's gonna be the one spinning like the blade.
this. There is a right way and a wrong way to carry an open can of paint.
I've seen that. You just hold it like this. See, look, the lid came off.
This is the wrong way. The only thing that could have made it worse is if he'd slipped over. It's good to celebrate your achievements, but this isn't really the way you want to lift a trophy. I've never seen anyone go from so happy.
Bro, that was like, what did that do? I picture that's diamond or silver. No, I think that was the World Cup.
Happy to so sad that quickly. You don't have to be good at sports to enjoy it, but a little bit of skill goes a long way. Otherwise, you end up looking like this guy. I'm sure getting rid of the roof wasn't part of the worker's plan, but he did a surprisingly good job. You've gone out, picked up your favorite pizza, and drove it all the way home. What's the last thing you want to happen? We'd all feel the same. I'd love to know the backstory behind this video. She's clearly a very capable surfer, and he's not. But why she's chosen to use her powers for evil is a mystery. This poor skier tried to tackle those steps at exactly the wrong moment. Little did she know that her every move was being recorded live for everyone to see. Every photographer spends their life looking for the perfect shot. This one probably thought a close-up of this skater was gonna be it. Well, it could have been. Too bad he's out of it.
I did that when I was on vacation, I was up.
Job. What's the worst thing that could happen when you're out on your motorbike? I would have guessed a pop tire, but this definitely takes the cake. I suppose he has no other choice but to walk home in shame. VR always seems like the safer option. The only problem is, people tend to forget that there are real-life things scattered around them that they can't see anymore. We all know it's hard to get angry when a cute animal does something naughty, but this dog's clearly running over the wet cement more and more as the men try to stop it. It's funny for us, but only because we don't have to
The funny thing is, me and Liam were
fix it.
concrete, and then you put 5 minutes in the air.
This might be the saddest thing you'll ever see. He was trying to move over 300 ounces of liquid chocolate. You can tell from the start it's not going well. I get why he got so angry. I'd probably lick it off the floor though. You might think everything is fine, but then life throws you a hill you need to climb. In this case, the hill was literal and steep enough to cause all these barrels to fall out of the truck. His only hope now is that they didn't cause any damage. There's nothing worse than dropping a pizza on the job, so he had every right to have that look on his face. But he was so careful. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do to stop things going wrong. Sometimes our cravings cause us to walk knee-deep in the snow for our favorite food. But that would be fine if the restaurant was open. You might have never realized this, but going to the hairdresser can be pretty dangerous. One wrong move from them, and you'll end up like this boy in the background. He definitely wasn't expecting to leave from there with a racetrack across his head. This is just about the worst place on earth to get stuck, and the worst position to get stuck in all at the same time. That was always a terrible idea.
Remember when James did that at school, and the gaga ball put in court? And then he just...
Holy moly! Yeah, boy.
This woman doesn't look like someone who's ever tried to do this before. Still, it seems a simple task. Get the water off the roof.
We actually did this at our baseball game.
The thing is, she's clearly forgotten that water does what it wants to. It's a pretty big deal to appear on international television. If you have that opportunity, the last thing you want to do is make yourself look silly. Or do that. Yeah, at least he made an impression. You could say this guy's lucky he didn't break the glass, but maybe he would have preferred that because that way he can't walk into it again. Sometimes things just aren't meant to be. The same could be said about this science experiment. Maybe fate was trying to tell him something, or maybe it was a cheap pot. This automatic fishing machine is probably great, but it's obviously not designed to handle a fish this strong. Don't worry, someone's on the way to help. Or not. This is one of the greatest comedy sketches of our time, except that it's all a genuine mistake. See if you can count how many things go wrong from the moment he pops the balloon with the door. It literally couldn't have gone worse. We all make mistakes, and every now and then that means you'll destroy some expensive machinery at work. But this man took that to a new level. The boat's obviously a goner. Anyone could have predicted that. But he also forgot to put the hand